Hello YouTube friends, today we're going to be talking about how to get hot water in your camper van. So we know that you can have camper vans with hot water. The things like the Ford Nugget, some of the Westphalias have got it, but a couple of the big ones, so the Volkswagen California and also the Mercedes-Benz Marco Polo, they don't have hot water as standard. So we're talking about hot running water, so for doing the dishes, using a shower attachment, all of that kind of thing. They don't have it. So we thought it'd be useful to show you the Kampa Geyser. It's a extra little unit you can pop in the boot, you can keep it in the van, and it gives you hot water on demand. It's like your own little mini boiler when you need it. And we've managed to hook it up to our Camping Gas 907 bottle, which is the same as we use in the California. We're going to go on location, so you'll be able to see us after we've had a nice meal in a restaurant. We stayed over, we used their car park in the morning, and we'll show it to you right now. Forever it seems like we've had to boil a kettle to get hot water in the van, and you've probably done it as well. If you needed to do some washing up and you haven't got a hot water boiler and all that kind of stuff, you end up boiling a kettle, putting some into a washing up bowl with a bit of cold water, and then you can do your washing up and everything, or maybe you just wash up with cold water, it's up to you. But we've been lent a Kampa Geyser from Campervanbits. Comes in a bag which is a reasonable size, and it looks very much like this. So we're going to give this a go. What it is, it's a portable hot water boiler, and it comes with a shower attachment, and you know what that means. If you've watched our California shower video, have a look up there, actually you'll know that the shower in the California is cold.
Go on then.
Yeah, it's quite cold. That is quite cold.
And we're going to try today to see whether we can warm it up using this new Kampa Geyser. So just stay tuned, watch us hook it all up. It works off a gas bottle, and we're going to use the California shower to be able to feed it. And yeah, let's see how we get on. I'm going to instruct Sarah to wash my hair.
Trusty assistant.
Trusty assistant this morning. And yeah, well, let's see how we get on. Okay, so what we've got set up here then is the Kampa Geyser unit itself. We're going to plug that into the 12 volt supply in the back of the Cali. We've got the shower head, which just plugs onto the hot water outlet. Our spare gas bottle, which you can see there, that's the 907, the same as we'd use in the van, and we carry a spare with us, so we're using that. And then we've got a collapsible bucket, which we're going to feed from the shower in the back of the California. So you can see there we've plugged that in. So when we switch the pump on for that, it's going to fill that bucket, because inside that bucket, you can probably see, there you go, Sarah's just showing you it, it's a pump which sucks from the bottom. So that just stays weighted down inside that bucket. So we're going to fill the bucket from the California. It doesn't quite, the Kampa Geyser doesn't quite flow at the same pace as the shower from the California. We have tried this before. So we'll fill the bucket up now, probably to about 2/3 of the way full. And then we'll start using the shower, and then we'll switch the shower back on in the California, because then it will just keep up with it nicely. So let's get on with it. Let's see how warm that water is. Right, so we're just going to switch the shower on then, on the California, which, as you'll see, means that in here...
Bucket is being filled.
Just leave that in there, it'll be alright.
Yeah.
And then, you can see it's not the quickest at filling it, but we definitely need to make sure that we've covered that submersible pump from the Kampa Geyser in there. So as soon as that's done, the way that you turn the
there's a little bit of water in this kettle as well from the cup of tea this morning, so
pour that in
might
as well.
slip that in there as well.
Yeah. Okay, it's all starting to starting to come up. So bucket's probably about third full, maybe nearly half. So switch the Kampa Geyser on then, on the on-off switch, and then just turn that off. There's a switch on there. Just turn that off.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So as you can see on that shower head that Sarah's got there, there is a slider that turns it on and off. And what happens with the water boiler is it's a bit like in the house, a bit like a combi boiler. When you start the flow working, you'll hear it tick, 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 and then it fires up inside, and then you start getting hot water. So, okay, looking at the size, the state of that bucket, that looks pretty good. So, do you want to just warm that water up through the boiler first then? So, just turn it on without looking at it.
Cold, 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 cold.
And the reason it's cold is because I haven't turned the gas on yet. So let's let's turn the gas on. Now try it.
Cold. I've heard it tick on.
Yeah. So we heard the boiler tick on.
It's getting warmer. There we go. It's warm.
That's warm, is it?
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, right. I'll get this camera mounted back on its tripod, and then let's see whether I'm going to squeal. And you can see in the background that bucket is getting really nice and full now. So we'll just turn it off on the Cali, and then we should be good to go. Right, time for a hair wash.
Let's see whether he squeals like a girl, like he did last time. Now this thing apparently heats up to 25 degrees above the temperature of the water in the bucket.
2.5 litres a minute flow rate. Don't know whether that's good or bad, to be honest. To see whether it will wash my hair.
It looks usable though.
It looks usable. Yeah. Right, let's crack on. Shall I?
Okay. Where do you want to go?
If I come and stand, so we don't want to shower it.
You don't want to shower it.
Don't want to do that. Okay.
Well, you probably want to stand here then, don't you?
Go on then.
Something like that, right?
Yep.
I'm going to hold on to the shampoo. Okay, right, it's warm. The boiler's fired up.
It's warm.
Right there.
Oh, that's
not unpleasant.
I'll tell you what, that's all right. That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put some shampoo on. Stop! 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 She's doing it on purpose now.
Oh, we can actually see a little bit of steam coming off his head.
Right. Okay.
Okay, we're ready for the rinse.
Yeah. Oh, that was quite hot. And you can't turn it up or down. Oh yes, you can actually on the thing. There's a controller on the top of the big box, the geyser box down there, where you can turn it up and down. But that is perfect actually. It's probably about 10, 12 degrees. I think so.
Yeah, that's about done. You've not got a lot of hair to wash, has it?
There you go, look at that. Apart from, clearly, maybe better do it in a... We're going shopping straight after this, so that should be quite entertaining.
You need to put your coat on.
Looks like I've dribbled my breakfast down my top. So apart from the mess, actually, that's much more pleasant than using the California shower. And if you have a look, I'll grab the camera and show you, but you have a look, the bucket is almost full and the shower's been off in the California. So it's not used a lot at all. It's really quite economical. Just for my hair, I think if we were doing your hair, that'd be a bit more tricky.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is spot on. And I'll tell you what, you can't beat a bit of a freshen up, can you, in the morning?
Nice bit of hot water.
Nice bit of hot water. Yeah, it's perfect.
Right, better crack on with some washing up now
let's
then.
crack on. Need to put all this stuff away, and yeah.
Okay, time for a bit of washing up then. So we were just talking about this, and you're thinking, well, actually, what we probably could do is kind of leave it all sort of hooked up in the back of the van if we wanted to. Takes up a bit of space, but what doesn't? So just literally to do some washing up, we've taken that shower attachment off, so you've just got a tap. So if you just flick it on, you know, here it's boil up, Nice warm water coming out of there. Got a little bit of clary in it, ready to go. And hot water on demand.
And we're still using the bucket on the floor. We've put the shower from the California away now because the bucket was full anyway. You know, we're not going to use that much. What's that water temperature like?
Similar to what you're doing your hair with. Warm, not hot.
Good enough.
But good enough.
One thing they have said is in the instructions, if you want the water to be hotter, you basically feed it back into your supply bucket. So you basically put the shower from the water boiler back into the bucket, so you circulate hot water all the way through it and back out again until it's the temperature you want, because the boiler itself cuts out at 55 degrees C. So it's never going to absolutely burn itself out and scald you, but it's a way that you can kind of superheat the water, if you like, by just putting it back through itself.
So probably the only other thing we should have done was get the outdoor table out before I did this, because now I'm kind of needing 4 hands. But I suppose it's the other use for one of those incredibly expensive but really lovely pull-out trays. So you just literally pull everything out of the boot and you'd have it all at this kind of height.
That would work really well, wouldn't it?
That would work perfectly.
That would work really well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I've got that much money in the savings account at the moment, unfortunately.
So I thought it might be nice just to show you what you get with a Kampa Geyser. So first of all, you get this lovely bag, which is great. Interestingly, each of the pockets have got little drain holes in the bottom as well. So if anything's slightly damp or anything like that, it can dry out if you pop it away, which is handy. So first of all then, let's see what we've got in this one. I'll come to that gas attachment in a second. So in here we've got a 12 volt cigarette lighter power lead. In this main compartment here we've got the unit itself, and that's just got a control on the top, so you can vary how much it heats the water. Remember, 25 degrees above the water temperature that's coming in on maximum, and obviously you can turn it down from there. Good handle on the top for taking it in and out. I will see if I can take it out. There we go. So that's the actual unit there. If I just spin it round, I'll show you on the back here what we've got. So this gas inlet is actually just, when it's supplied, it's just a barb like that. So I bought this hose with a regulator for our Camping Gas 907 bottle, that little devil down there. That obviously Jubilee clips straight onto the bottle, no problem whatsoever. You've got the water outlet here, and again, when I show you the shower in a minute, that just pushes onto the bottom of that. You've got a flow rate adjuster there as well underneath, so if you want the water to come out a bit slower, you can do. There's a water inlet here, which again I'll show you the pump in a second, and then at the bottom here you've got a simple on-off switch, 12 volt pump connection, and then the DC input for the 12 volt cigarette lighter. So really straightforward. So the other couple of bits that you get with it then are a shower, which you can actually adjust the type of shower that comes out. It's one of those 3-way jobbies. It's got a nice little switch on here which you can turn on and off. That's really handy just for cutting the boiler off, actually, so it's not constantly running. And that's a nice long silicone tube, and like I say, that just pushes on to the tap outlet, which is on the unit itself. And then you've got this little lot. So this is the pump. So there's a motor pump unit on the end there with the cable coming out as well as the pipe. That just goes into a bucket or into your water source. And then this end you've got that bit which goes onto the unit where it was the water inlet, and then you've got the power for the pump which just plugs in at the bottom. All really easy. Now the only other thing I was just going to mention was, you probably saw in the video, the collapsible bucket. So this is a bucket from Collapse. We've had this for absolutely ages. Haven't really used it very much, but this is perfect as an application for it. It does actually have an outlet, a tap outlet, which is probably in the garage somewhere. But you can buy these. I'll pop a link in the description below. And again, on this side of the bag, there's a nice kind of net there. I don't know whether you can see, but that's kind of a netting material. And actually for storing things like the bucket, that works perfectly. So that's your little lot. Obviously you don't get the bucket with the unit, and you do have to buy one of those gas hoses if you're going to use it on the 907 bottle like we're doing. So the exact details of what we've been talking about today is this. It's a Kampa Geyser 5 kilowatt gas heater. I worked out that if you used one of the 907 camping gas bottles like we've got, showed you in the video earlier, if that bottle was full, this would run for about 7.5 hours on that bottle. So it's really quite economical. You're not gonna suddenly use loads of gas. You saw we didn't use loads of water while we were using the shower head either out of the bucket. It really is quite economical. Big thank you to Campervanbits for lending us this to have a bit of a play with. Always fancied having a go with one of these. It is a great bit of kit, I have to say. I'm not sure yet whether we're going to buy one for ourselves. We need to have a think about that. But it's just the space in the back of the van. That's the only thing that we're just thinking in the back of our minds. Would we want to carry that around? Or is it something that you'd put in the van because you knew you were going to use it on a pub stopover when you weren't taking loads of clothes and all that kind of stuff, but you do want to just have a quick wash with some hot water? Actually, would you just stick it in the back of the van then? Yeah, possibly. Sounds like it could be reasonable. If you are interested in buying one of these, Campervanbits have done a special deal. There's a discount code which is California Time 5, and if you put that in at the checkout on the website, you'll be able to get a discount of 5%, which is about £9, just over £9, because the retail price on one of these is £185. So hopefully you found that useful. You can still keep using a kettle, so boiling up a kettle and then putting it into a bowl of sort of lukewarm water. Don't scald yourself if you're going to do your washing up. Or you can have a think about maybe a boiler like this. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Let us know in the comments below if you're fancying one of these, if it's too big, too much stuff to carry around, too complex, you like the back to basics camping. Some people like to glamp it up, and I think you probably know which camp we're in by now. Let us know in the comments below. Hopefully we'll see you again soon for some more California time.